Hello friends, and welcome to Steph's Pointe, the channel dedicated to making dance and acrobatics accessible for everyone. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to take you through all the steps you need in order to get your backbend kickover. If you're interested in learning how to do a back walkover, which is the next step in the progression, I will be making a video all about that next week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that video. I've got my wonderful kitty cat socks on today, and we are going to get right into this video right now. Everything in dance and acro is all about progressions, and back walkovers, back handsprings, they are all part of a progression of moves. The first move in this progression is to do a back bend. So if you don't already know how to safely go down into the floor to a bridge and then stand back up, click the link in the description box below for a tutorial video on how to do that properly and safely before trying out the steps in this video. If you already can do a back bend, then the first thing you want to do is warm up your back and your legs. I've overlaid a short clip of me doing a couple warm-up skills, and I recommend that you do the following: 8 trunk lifts with your legs and arms perfectly straight, 8 trunk lifts with your hands behind your back, interlaced fingers opening through the chest, and 8 sweep arounds where you're sweeping your arms up to high fifth and back down to laying flat on your stomach. Then going into a cobra stretch where you're pressing your chest up off the floor, super strong and straight, and then press back to child's pose. You of course want to then stretch out your wrists a little bit by doing them flipped forward and then flipping them underneath. And then you also want to warm up your legs a little, maybe do a couple leg swings to get the hips moving around before going into some active stretches like lunges and toe touches standing. Once you've done all of these things and warmed up your body properly, then you can try going into a bridge and fully stretching out your back. Now that you're nice and warmed up, let's talk about the best way to work towards your backbend kickover safely and effectively. That is to do what I like to call bridge prances. Bridge prances, they look a little funky, but they are so good at building strength and stability in your spine and of course increasing your flexibility. So you're gonna start by pressing up to a bridge or going down to a bridge from standing. You're gonna passe one leg up, and then you're going to jump and switch your passe. You will continue to jump and switch your passe for about 8 sets before coming down, hugging your knees into your chest and giving yourself a little rock and roll. The more that you do this, the higher you'll be able to jump off of the floor and the closer you'll be to being able to do a backbend kickover. The next progression is to do bridge prances with a straight leg. So you're gonna lift one leg up straight, and then you're gonna jump and switch your legs, extending both legs straight at the top as you jump and switch. Again, you'll do about 8 of these before coming down, doing a little rock and roll, and then repeating for about 3 sets. If you do this a couple times a week, you'll find that you're able to jump higher and higher every time that you try, and eventually you'll be almost kicking over without even trying because you're just doing your bridge prances with so much strength and so much height that your body will naturally want to kick all the way over. And that leads us into step number 3. The third step is, of course, trying your backbend kickover. Now, I know there's a lot of talk online about using a platform or a raised surface to try out your backbend kickover, but I actually do not recommend ever kicking off of a raised surface. This is because when you put your legs up on a higher surface, you tend to push more into your shoulders than they may be able to handle. It's more important to build up the strength slowly over time than it is to push extra pressure into your shoulders that you may not be ready for and then kick over off of a surface, giving yourself the illusion that you're strong enough to try it on your own when you might not necessarily be. That can, of course, lead to injuries and just give your body the wrong feeling of what a backbend kickover should feel like. So I actually recommend just trying it out on the floor. Go into a bridge and put one leg out in a tendu and then kick with all of your might and jump as hard as you can. As you do this, you also want to think of your head looking towards your feet. So keep your head driving, lifting up and arching back, and act like you're trying to look towards your feet as you kick. This will cause more of a curve in your spine and pull your chest forward to the other side, allowing you to come all the way over, plant your foot on the floor, and stand up. You'll get closer and closer to this every time that you try, but the most important things to remember are to build the strength first with your prances and use your head to look to the other side, pulling your body up at the end. As you're looking through this process, there's a couple things you want to look out for that may be holding you back from being able to perform this skill. The most common thing that I see that holds my students back is actually shoulder flexibility and strength. If you notice in my bridge, I have all of my weight pushed towards my shoulders. That's very, very important and crucial to your ability to be able to kick over from your bridge. If you struggle with shoulder flexibility and shoulder strength, I do have a couple videos that I've created that can help you out with this, and you can click on those in the description box below. Another common mistake that I see is students turning out their feet in their bridge. When you turn out your feet in your bridge, you're not only risking the health of your knees because your knees are not properly aligned over your toes. And fun fact, I actually had a student who dislocated her knee by doing a front walkover with her feet turned out. So you really want to make sure your feet are parallel, because this will help you to give the maximum power out of your feet and your legs when you do your prances and when you do your kick over. So make sure your feet are lined up. And the last common mistake that I see is students trying to do their kick over before they've gotten good at their prances. You really want to make sure that your prances are jumping high off of the floor. You're pushing with all the power in your feet, in your ankles, and springing off of the floor with pointed feet and driving those knees up high before you even try to do your back walkover. So be sure to look out for those common mistakes as you work through this process. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you can't wait to see my back walkover tutorial, which will be coming next week. Also, comment down below, do you have your backbend kickover? Did you find these tips and tricks useful? Did they get you closer to obtaining that goal? Let me know, because I love hearing about all of your success and all of your triumphs in dance and acrobatics. And remember to always live your life strong and confident, but also have grace, not only with others, but with yourself, because your journey is different than anybody else's, and it's important to be both strong and graceful in order to have happiness and success. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.